Okay, hello there everybody, this is Vivian13 here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 14. Today, we'll be going over to Shadowbringer, which is also known as Ffxiv. So, I'm going to be expecting to cry today. But first of all, we gotta make sure I do a few things first. And, okay, it looks like I'm good. Alright. Switching back to my samurai. Oops. There we go. Okay. Ffxiv says, hi from Ohio. Hello there, Ffxiv. Okay, Ffxiv says I only follow auto racing, not ball sports though. In a way, me too, Ffxiv. Man, this place is definitely filled with hope. You have done well, as I requested, and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time to fully fulfill my half of the bargain and explain what have fallen on your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in privacy in my quarters. However, I must go ahead to the tower and organize a few things. I shall see that the guards know to admit you. Ah, you mother fudging! It has to be Graha. I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? The extraordinary tale. Well, I'm afraid I have found no such individual residing in the tower. When it's passed into my care, mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. But for now, I think we need to focus on the present. Okay? Alright, let me in, thank you. Oh, pretty! Man, I'm gonna have my own place in the game to make it look like this.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're bringing on beings from another time, perhaps even another dimension, into your dimensions. So yeah, that'll creep people out. Especially if there are people from other dimensions on this planet. In this dimension. That'd be creepy.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
So basically, time flies fast.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
Okay, so basically time can be whatever. Time can flow whenever. It can flow, so 1 hour could mean a year, but at some point 1 hour could be a month. 1 hour could be a minute. Okay.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
Okay, so basically both times are equal, okay.
As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
So basically, Y'shtola and Urianger has only been in the first for 3 years, or 3 hours. So that's 3 years. And Thancred has only been there for 5 years.
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year.
Okay, so basically they are, let's see, they would be 18.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well.
Okay, so basically what he did was a no-no. Sending people through another time into their time. Yeah, very bad.
As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to be bodies, they are in truth merely spirits that one can see and touch.
Thancred got naked again. This isn't the first time that teleportation's magics and getting Thancred naked.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Right? Okay, so the scions are the basis of Schrodinger's cat. Okay. Exactly, Epic. You can't teleport clothes.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
Okay, Morrow, looks like you got a scratch on your leg. We gotta cut it off. Someone from 1854, maybe. Exactly, German Empire. It's similar like that, yeah. But for real, I don't have a cut on my leg.
In his vision of tomorrow, rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes.
Okay, so basically the rejoining is genocide by itself. If it's something natural, then maybe it is fine, but knowing that if a rejoining was made by man's hands, or mankind's hands, that's entirely different.
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
Makes sense.
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
For what a better choice. Aye, but I'll see you keep that promise. Okay, German Empire, thank you very much for stopping by.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Okay, so it's giving me a tour of the town while my bedchamber is being ready. The Crysarium boasts numbers of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available in the Pendants. As it turns out, it's perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I'm hoping to introduce introduction to their wares. Okay, sure. Introduce me to the market. We're not gonna be making money. Cause I know how to make money. Nice bustling shopping district.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. Aught you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
Again, what is up with the Roman names? Musica Universalis. In the heart of the Crystarium. Okay, oh well. Roman names for the win.
Yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
So basically the gil that we carry would be considered Fallout caps. And caps are always accepted everywhere.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways. wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal.
A barter system. Okay. So it's a barter system. Basically, it's like basically if you have a gold coin, that gold coin is worth, like, let's say if you have like a 50 karat gold coin, it'll be worth $50. Or how it weighs. Not exactly sure. I'm gonna take a look into that.
As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter.
Okay, so it's a 1-by-1 difference. Okay.
Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Tombstones. Tombstones, yep. Tombstones. The grind for tombstones.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. A Van Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here, of course.
Yeah, what is this?
What amusements do you have for me today?
Hey! Hey there, Pixie. What's up, Tinkerbell?
Paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant
Hey there, Pixie friend.
And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
Yeah, you're checking me out.
Beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift.
Yep.
Wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did. You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
She's Scottish. I there, lad. We gotta get some haggis. Well, I gotta work up on my Scottish accent. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on my Scottish accent, eh?
But answer me this, traveller. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yep, it did. Everything was safe.
Just as I thought. Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass.
So basically, I have the natural ability to have her to transport things from one plane of existence to another.
From this moment forth, I will be your Ffxiv, and you my Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
Okay, so we're gonna be a tree. She's gonna be a part of our tree. Okay. Welcome to the tree family.
Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and send the message to Tataru. Tataru would be very upset if I were to go to Cryo first. So let's send it to Tataru.
Consider it done.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Alright. My Scottish sapling. My Scottish tree branch. Bring on the haggis. As a result of your pact with Feo Ul, you will now have access to the delivery movables, market boards, and summoning bells in the verse. I am serious. I love the music here. There you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here in Independence for the duration of your stay. To make sure use as you see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodging. Pray, rest, and recuperate. We shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I believe that covers the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Moro. You're comforting with a blanket of night. May peace dreams attend you nonetheless. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to the new home, Independence. Your room is ready. Yes, I am ready to retire. You know, go to sleep. Yeah, this inn room is bigger than the other one. Yep. The day will always come. The Warrior of Darkness.
I know you. You're the Warrior of Light from the Source.
Yep, that's me. Warrior of Darkness?
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Yep.
Oh, gods, how long has it been?
Oh, jeez. Oh. Okay, what in the world happened? Oh, jeez. It's like Ghost all over again. Oh man, that movie. I think maybe some of you may not know, but there's this movie a long time ago called Ghost. starring Patrick Swayze, and I forgot the lady's name. And this is what it's like. Only the ones who has been bound by the ghost will be able to hear the ghost. Are getting filled by the ghost.
That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back.
Yeah, Warrior of Darkness is a silly name. I would call you Big Axe Man.
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor.
Rejoining.
I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
Ah, poor guy. To actually see the end of the world with his own eyes.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
There we go.
Years. 100 long years.
Oh! Oh my goodness. Holy crap. 100 years of never-ending light, which is never-ending day. Not knowing when it's night for 100 years. Seeing that you may have caused the end of the world for 100 years. Jeez. He is definitely a ghost. Not like Patrick Swayze.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear.
Yeah, Arbert, you can scream as loud as you want and no one would be able to hear you.
I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift.
But maybe since you're dead, we can be friends.
I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
It's a long story, man. Get yourself a chair. Be like Chris Hansen and get him a seat.
You were summoned to save the first.
Yep.
A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it.
Oh, he feels really bad what happened.
Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end.
Yep, help me out to help you out.
Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Well, screw you, Warrior of Darkness. I will become a hero. And it'll be awesome. Okay, I'm definitely am a ghost. Did I freaking... Okay. There we go. I screenshot that to let people know that I'm a ghost. Woo! I am a ghost. Woo! And of course that happened. Alright, we gotta wait a little bit. World in queue number 85? Okay. And people were saying that this game is dead. Screenshotting that. Okay. Okay, let's gonna say hi to my free company real quick. There you go. Okay, I wonder. Give me a sec. Okay, okay.
find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
Yeah, ghost inside a room. Well, enough, thank you. Let's not tell him about the ghost.
That is good to hear. Should you want for anything, pray let me know.
Yeah, get me some... This is a joke from what I'm about to say. Get me some girls in the hotel room. Give me some bottles of champagne, the finest wine.
Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrad, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland.
Of course. King Arthur legend of the Lady of the Lake.
To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
Okay.
Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
Okay.
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness.
Okay, so Yulmore is going down that road, eh? Have the rich and privileged to be living above the people. So everyday normal folk, we get to go ahead and live and scrap. And the rich and the privileged can go ahead and just live in the life of luxury at the expense of those in the bottom.
For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armorang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin-Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
Yeah, Alice is trying to match up to me. But that would never happen.
So, will it be Calusia or Armorang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
But let's see, Alice is just directly south.
But you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin-Eaters.
Okay.
Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and rescue Alice. The old saying goes, ladies first. Ready to depart for Armorang? Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know that she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. My only hope that my part is sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this letter of introduction addressed to the man named Casrid, the master merchant of a caravan. There you be known that the desert like in a way he does. Find him with the Amaro launch, and he will reach your destination. Okay. Alright, Alex, say I'm coming. Okay. The Amaro launch. Okay, astute artisan. A fitting challenge. White oak bracelet coffer. Classic astute artisan. Okay. Pardon me for staring. I cannot help but notice that you have the posture of a man who trained in martial techniques. Might not be of your assistance in a small matter. I was hoping to put my skills to work in honing, crafting our armor more durable than a standard issue fair. But she is stationed out in Lakeland. I have her listing a bit of loose of mobility's sake. Would you be willing to demonstrate a few common stances for me? Yeah, sure. But showing me your battle stance. Alright, sure. Oh yeah. Oh, I may need to add a bit more. Let you mind throwing a few punches as well if you're boxing. Okay. Oh yeah, giving you some boxing lessons. I see the entire torso needs to be able to twist, and a knuckle portion, given the gloves, use a bit more padding. I believe I understand the alterations to make. You gave me great help, thank you. I must say, what you're wearing seems quite finely made. If you ever find yourself of new equipment, come and find me. I'm happy to offer you a reduced rate on my custom work. Okay, that was cool. Yes, this guy. If you're coming to look for work, I might have a spot for another guard. Oh, a friend of the Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Almarang, are you? Then I shall be your guide. I was about to set up an outpost there as a matter of fact, so we are leaving right away, assuming that you have everything you need. Yes, I do. All set then to well off to the unforgiving sands we go. You can travel to Amarang, speak with an Amaro tamer to fly to the desert. You can also use an Aether Compass to assist with locating Aether Currents in the new regions. Aether Compass can be found under the collection duty in the main menu. Okay.
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. So it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
No matter how many times I come here, the heat never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised if the temperature drops at night, though the sky is still bright, but of course it's brisk enough to make you shiver. Now the Exarch said he will likely be in the inn at Journey's Head, which is where Alistair, a friend of yours, is staying. But that's a fair old distance. I propose that we make a stop at Lord Sue, break up the track and allow me to attend some business, and you to enjoy some local hospitality. Sounds good? Alright, right off me then. And better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. If I see one speck of sand on those goods, I'll come after you myself. Right, we head west, straight as an arrow. Okay, let's see. Is there an aetherite somewhere here? No, there's no aetherite. Okay. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Amaranth, is it not? Before you cross the river or sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Oh! They built them big, did they? That's Caesar Charles, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabatharang. Seeing what is left behind, saying that it was once Northern's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along, great chunks of Nabatharang lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them anyway. Not many chose to come here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even a hunky great fortress has become little more than an amaral roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is deserted as this place, just so you meet Lord Suk. Press on, shall we? Okay, here we go. Lord Suk, by the blessed shadow, I love this town. Lord Suk, forms of views too, not has long since refugee folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. If you met a Mork before, they're likely shifty little blighters, but more welcoming lot. If you ever wish to meet. Speaking of which, you can pay respect to Master Gan Jen. Go ahead. I'll go ahead and let him know that we've arrived. Oh, it's Marbles! Marbles! Cute little guy. How's it going, little buddy? You're attuned to the Aetherite. Genjen. Hey, what's up, Genjen? I'm gonna pet you. Oh, it's a kobold. So, is this or more?
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Yep, I'm the friend of the Exarch.
Though friend or no, all are welcome in Maud's.
Okay.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too. Many of them rare.
Pokemon cards too?
Before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souk's a different story. Merchants come from realms around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mords do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value.
They're miners. Okay.
That is why they come here. Come from far away. Come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed.
Yeah, I do not allow racists in my chat.
Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
Okay, so basically we just gotta buy something. Ain't that a typical American thing? You can't use the bathroom if you can't spend money in the place. Okay. Typical American thing. I was just kidding.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Yeah!
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy, you buy.
They're from Ul'dah. They're definitely from Ul'dah.
This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Oh, come on, I would not mind spending some of my money on that girl's place. we go. Ron, how's it going, buddy? Look at the Ron's traveler. We have wares and empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare, sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? Okay, browse Ron's wares. You may move the camera, okay, target foodstuffs and inspect with right trigger or A. Okay. Worms. Looks yummy. Reminds you of spaghetti. Everyone's favorite plump white worms, slathered in honey. Once you eat glazed wiggler, you'll never want any other treat. You see the pork bun? You'll never be a whole man. Looks like naan bread. Could be naan bread, or it could be a tortillas. I call it mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits. So even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. It keeps you going in the heat. Oh, that's cool. This is my earth-burning bounty. My ever-burning bounty. Made of the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spices. Spicy spices, some smell challenging, but I'll warn you, it's chilly in the desert nights. Frog skewers. Oh, you'll like those. Chewy skewers find the small frogs hiding under rocks. Spheres with stick, then roast them in a fire. Cracking on the outside and gooey on the inside are perfect for snacking. They all look tasty. Which one do you choose? Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the meat. Due to the fact is that in the deserts it's normally getting cold at night. So we got warmer insides up. So we're gonna go for the ever-burning bounty. Yes, put some spice in your step. You won't feel the cold this night. Probably not the next one either. Yeah, you have the gold? I am done. What of all bet honor buys you 10 sides of lizard meat. Nice. We're gonna eat some good stuff here in Louisiana. I'm kidding. Yeah. Every last mouthful. Must not waste food. Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom. And Genjin will be pleased to have you our honored hours. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns. Nice. We didn't waste that desert food. I was watching from here, Mar. You honored our customs with great relish. You will always be welcome at Martsuk. And if you need anything in Amare, we're here to provide. Working off the meal. Okay, you have courage, my friend. Ron's wares are more exotic than harmful. But I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right now, Now you have been eaten, and I expect to get you back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? We have some deals left before I can conclude my business in a marked suit. Offering your services, are you? Well, an assistant would be a help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that needs picking up at the market. I'll properly pay for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. Alright, sure, why not? I'll go ahead and take last minute haggling. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, review the receipt during the quest with the key items menu. Okay, cured leather, right? Hungry again already? You have a strong stomach, but I wouldn't eat those. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Cactus tables undone. Iron ore from Dull Tool. Okay, so it's not that one. Okay. Okay, so looking for iron ore. Sack of crafted armaments. Ah, creative ore. Cashwood sent you, did he? Yes? What kind of ore was it again? It was iron. Iron ore, of course, that would explain this box. I have here. It's all yours. Okay, so now we gotta look for... Thonton. Okay, so Thonton... Table cactus. Alright. Okay, you came here, Castron. I can finally stop thinking about that sack. Please take your picky purchase. It accords to antiques. Hey, no touching. You couldn't possibly change our mind to make a better offer. Castron sent you? Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. No, no, no. Now about orang relics, was it? All packed up in the box to your hand with care. There we go. Don't tell me you've been around the market already. Yep. We got all your goods. Alright, that's a lot. Good work. And quick work too, considering you've not set a foot in the place before. I thought you once sit in the city like the Exarch. But something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I had hoped to conclude my business before you return, but it seems there has been some confusion over the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. Sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassard, it's been a while since the last time I saw you. If it isn't the lovely Tesseline, it has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman's on his way to meet with Ffxiv. I'm supposed to be taking him into your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commanded my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Ffxiv told me so much about you. You're Morrow, aren't you? Yep, that's me. I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh, hearing all those stories. I'm Tesseline. I work as a carer at the inn. A caretaker. And I've got to know Ffxiv quite well since she took up her guard duty there. Do you want me to take Morrow's over guide to Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed and ready for the road, so there's no trouble. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you've been able to head straight after all. My caravan and I will be waiting in the area for a while. Seek me out when you had your fill of Amoray, and I'll send you back to the Crusadarium. Now that is what I like to see in the free company chat. Okay, Ffxiv has been desperate to see you, Morrow. Let's get you there sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find. Really, you can't see the top of the rock that spires from here. You just need to swing around on the ridge and head south. Come on. I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. All set. Okay, well, most of them will leave you be, but if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have been learned to prey on folk heading towards from the markets. I usually can swing a sword to fend him off, but I maybe loaded myself with too much bargains today. Do you think you can handle the beast that are trying to make a meal out of us? Oh, of course I can. I'm a man, and that's what men do. We cut off the heads of our enemies. Everybody knows that. I mean, let's get going, shall we? Alright, you coyote motherfudgers. I have come to pwn you all. Because I'm a man, and men loves to pwn things. Oh, jeez! Nice battle music. There wasn't much shout of a warning. Were you bitten? This thing's nasty. Yet hardly a match for you, it seems. I always thought Alice was strong, but in her mind, she was never. Now it makes sense. Yeah, she's trying to be better than me. Well, then we should push on. It might be best to scout out further for any coyotes that me and Connor sent. I'll hear, so you can fight without any distractions. Alright, let's go. Freaking moles. The key is right there. Alright. We're gonna have to kill them all. Oh, great. Do I have to face a turtle too? Yep, facing the turtle too. Oh boy. Okay, is that a world boss? Please. Oh, you mother fudger. Okay, we're gonna have to run. Okay, we're gonna have to run. Okay, so it wasn't a world boss. Okay, but still I gotta run. Alright, this time for sure. Bad doggy. Bad coyote. There we go. Okay. Alright, we got... Okay, looks like we got more viewers. Please don't be afraid to join the chat. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know how to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. One of the... Twitch! Oh yeah, I gotta screenshot that. There you go. This place is known as Twitch. Oh man. I'm gonna put that on my free company's Discord. Saying I found Twitch. I found some Twitch streamers. They all went to Twitch. This is it. Thanks to you, I don't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't have to make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? Oh. Why not do what every other content creator does? Shamelessly say that they are a content creator. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alice arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carriers. The afflicted? You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alice who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folks have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alice give you a full explanation. Following in her footsteps. Now, where is she? I think she might be on patrol. Could you wait, I suppose? Why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things in the watchtower first. So you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Heads to the south and you'll soon stay behind it, and she's engaged while they're gone. Oh yeah, that must be the guard tower over there. Jeez! The wall of light. That is one wall that is naturally being built. Okay, connection issue again. Alice is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground. They look like about the... Our guy has been looking at her feet. Our guy's been looking at her feet saying, yeah, that's the right size. Okay. Small footprints led off in the northwest. Footprints continue in the northwest. Okay, shoes curving off to the west. Clever, Alice. Clever. The enemy would see the tracks. She made so many tracks that the enemy would not know where to go. Ah, a Sin Eater.
Back here!
Is that... It can't be.
Yep, it's me, B-word. I'm kidding. Okay, Alice got better. You almost impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you? We fought them to a standstill then.
Yep. And then the Empire just ended up using Black Rose, which is a WMD.
The Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summon. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation.
Yeah.
As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters.
Yep.
That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared.
Okay, so basically the light doesn't actually mean that we are the good guys. You know how it's like if any of you who ever played a game called like World of Warcraft, I think this would tell you what would happen if you purify the lands with your light so much that it became like this.
For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects.
Okay.
But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down.
Huh?
Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations.
Ew.
Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood.
Oh,
Once
jeez.
the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it.
Ah, come on, seriously. Okay. Is today one of those days where the server... Ugh. Okay, you better not tell me I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Okay, the game kicked me out. Okay. Okay, hopefully this will work this time. Sorry for skipping the cutscene, but this is twice. We've already seen it before. So sorry about that, everyone. I got kicked off the game and just came back on. Before more or less the others, those patients will become monsters in the end. Cast out from society and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good I have to say about this place is that it served me well as a training ground. Tesseline and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of Sin Eaters. With this knowledge, I can share now with you. Well, you helped me out on my patrol. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn, and you clear the west. That way, you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. Mark these on the map. These are the usual trouble spots are. You can assume any beast with a white hide or a carapace is a Sin Eater. But you'll know soon enough that they have kind of slavery after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever is prowling around, you can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Okay. Let's kill ourselves some Sin Eaters. And I'm always about killing sin. Alright, Sin Eaters. Your sin is being alive. Okay, that was close. One down. Okay, no Sin Eater, okay. I am here to freaking F up the Sin Eaters. Watch out, people of Armorang. Waddle the Sin Eater will slay your sin. Whoa, that was awesome! Okay, what was that? Ooh! Repeats a previously executed Ijutsu with increased potency can only be executed immediately following a Ijutsu. The triggers a cooldown of the... Ooh. That would have really come in handy. Bye-bye, turtle motherfudger. How did you fare? Killed 2 Sin Eaters. I thought there might be 1 or 2 lurking in the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually, these lesser Sin Eaters are no more deadly than a natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It is when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the White Scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful Sin Eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of Sin Eaters descending on a village or hamlet. That's basically the idea behind my patrols, to cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've helped out in that front. Let's report on victories to Tesseline. Okay, Alice tells me that you've helped out on her patrol. Yeah, bye, thanks. And my apologies for leading you to one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad the two of you found each other, and I have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company. Oh, Alice misses us. Everything is always. If Mario were here, he would. Oh man, Alice, welcome to the fan group. Welcome to the fan club. The Mario fan club. Is it good to be young? Falling in love with what it appears to be a rock star. I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Mario's methods. Honestly, after seeing him in action, I can understand why. The way he leaps into the frame without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. Well, looks like Tesseline's gonna be welcome into the fan club. I'm only teasing. I have no doubt that he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. Purchase a fruit. I'd like to lay out a welcome meal, but duties I put off when the markets are still waiting for me. Now, 101 things it needs to be doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice Day? Then what Tiddler does while you work yourself to death? Surely there is something we can help you with. I could do with a hand, it is true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alice Day. While we do that, you could tend to a few patients, perhaps? They are in particular meant to visit. It is a matter of saying a few words to them, seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. The names are Pawnil, Jordan, and Halric. They may not give him much away of response, but I promise they'll be pleased to see someone new. There we go. Thank you. Taunton glances you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face slightly. Hey there, Holerick. How's it going, buddy? Holrick remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin has hardened into something akin to plaster. You've seen the patients. How are they? That's good. Good, that's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Halric, though. I've spoken with the other carers, but I think this time may be near. We shall have you to lead the discussion. I was going to take Morrow to Morksuk if you have any errands that we need to be doing. Okay, I'm having some connection issues. Okay. It's just one of those days. Well, one thing I suppose. I would pick up a nectarine in the market, please. Karastan's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Marl. There is something I want you to see. Right after we stop at Ronron's stall. Alright then, let's go to the Ronron's stall. Because that's where people go. They go to Ronron's stall if they are masters of stalling. Unlike a certain Twitch streamer that I watch that loves to stall. Oh, back again, are you? Need another taste of Ronron's wares? Actually, we're looking for a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this free of charge. Goods. I've never seen a Mord merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honey worms as well. It's like B-word. B-word leaves. You know what I had to go through in order for me to get that nectarine? The worms, if you please. Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends. Alright, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head for the pass to the Aetherite to the main tower. The view I want to show you is only seen from the very top. Okay, here's your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the tower, does it not? Yes, glazed wrigglers. You actually brought them. I really shouldn't let you, but just this once and only once. We practically bribed the guard. Way to go, corruption for the win.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond?
A desolate wasteland, no life in it.
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness.
Basically, the world is like a canvas. That light friggin' wiped the canvas clean of all the color.
Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit.
That's a nice nectarine.
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters, but their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium, but for these poor souls, the opposite is true.
So basically the light wins inside and outside the body.
Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesseline and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over.
Yeah, they're practically going to have to commit suicide.
The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
Yep, so basically they basically poison their favorite food, so then that way they couldn't remember that it was poisoned. Because of the survival instinct. Say, no, don't eat that, it's poisonous. So they just put the poison in their favorite food, possibly wait a while for them to forget, and then they eat it.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons.
Oh man, Allie's saying freaking cursed out the Exarch. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, Allie's saying you freaking cursed out the Exarch. You cursed him out. You use every curse word in the English dictionary on him.
But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here.
Makes sense. So she could be the warrior of light and Amaray.
And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesseline waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Okay, I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is more than Oriange's lecturing. Yeah, Oriange is lecturing, yes. It does get rather cool, but sometimes it can get a little boring. And I needed you to know, beyond a doubt, that Tesseline has no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just a threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, pain appears to be excruciating. The carriers are fond of their wands and would spare them that suffering in the way they're fighting back against a fate worse than death. You're back. Hope you had a nice time. Did you find a nectarine? Yes, I did. And it's even more juicier because you got it for free. I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others, and we have decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you, though, if time does come suddenly, he'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. The time left us. Nothing is going to happen for a little while, so let's see if we can lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worry the patients. I think it's a welcoming meal. Don't you? Take a seat and I'll make a nice stew.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
No, thank you.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it because of my manliness that she is more smitten to me? That she adds something?
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Why the fudge not? Our samurai has been fighting. So let's go ahead and give him another bowl then. We're a man. We're carbo loading.
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
Yep, that's true.
I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel for moms to stay here.
It's their final destination.
Broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death.
Yeah, final destination. Just make them as comfortable as possible.
When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one.
Yep. And someday we're gonna have to deal with the Halric.
It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place.
It's not easy.
I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrant could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea.
The ethereal sea.
Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Yeah, we met the Warrior of Darkness.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Artbert was a cool guy. Uh-oh.
They're coming.
Uh-oh.
Tesseline! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Basically did the Batman vanish thing. Okay. Okay, now Alice team will have to look after Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but he's wandering off there alone. We'll assign the search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. It can't be a coincidence that the other patients are so agitated. They could sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the end. Halric isn't very sure on his feet. He couldn't have gone far. I'll search the east. Please, Halric, be alright. I'll cover the north and the west. You take everything from here on the south. Alright, Halric, where are you at, buddy? No sign of Halric. Maybe he is further northwest. You find myself under attack? For another Sin Eater Scorpion. Okay. Yeah! Take that, you fucking scorpion!
Any sign of him?
Nope.
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones.
Yep.
It can only mean trouble. After it!
Yep. Luckily we called the Sin Eaters. Remove them of all their sin.
There it is!
Oh.
Is that... Oh no!
It's Halric.
Halric!
Yo, Tesseline for the win!
We have to run!
Just like how it is in Lord of the Rings.
No!
She was stabbed by a Morgul blade.
of happiness. Wherever we can find it.
Fudge, yeah.
The time left to you is precious. No one should die in vain. Mother,
She's... Ew. 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 I'm probably gonna screenshot this and make it into a thumbnail. Ew. Run, Holrick! Ew, what the fudge? She even regrew her wing?
No, 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 no!
Oh, we're gonna have to kill her. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill her. Yeah. I'm sorry, Morrow. I tried to tell the couriers about what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. Well, get used to it, Alice. The Warrior of Light has to do this all the time. It's just so unfair. Tesseline was always cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared that they shouldn't be in any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer such a fate. Imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I don't have the words without a body. We can't even give her a proper burial. And she's cared about that sort of thing, about giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Halric is unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring to the sky. Okay. There we go. Okay, Halric is unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring into the sky with the Sin Eaters with their escape. I've spoken with the carriers. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them. To me. Sorry to interrupt, but we realized we haven't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow. I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you'll always delay Halric's last meal for as long as you can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she should have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep Tesseline's words close to your heart. Yeah, he is. Well, you're leaving this very moment. I understand how you must feel, but this is a bit too hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. That darn light building without cease is the reason we can't save this corrupted by the Eaters. But if we correct the balance, even only by a little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows that there's too much light, and how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You had to change the whole world. That's exactly what we're going to do. That's right. Fudge, yeah. We should return to Cressarium. I might not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can't use my skills I've gained here to hurt them. Okay. Cute little cactus people. Prickly cactus people. Forgive me, Marta. I could not stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against this blight with kindness, I must find my own way. With steel. Miss Sally say, is there anything I can get you? Yes, blood. You're swiftest emerald. I need a good crusader immediately. As you wish. Remind me to wear goggles if I ever fly over Amaring again. I barely got sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help us clear my head at least. I'm ready to meet the Ffxiv. We need to talk about how we're gonna wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? There we go. Okay, to the gate. And to the ocular, yes. Thank you for seeking me out, Morrow. It meant a lot to have you at my side. I was tempted to set off again the moment I've decided upon a direction, but you still have to visit Alphanode, haven't you? And if I know my brother, he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success. If he hasn't already, I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being. But don't keep me waiting too long, eh? Could they be a Canadian and say A? What you gotta do over there, eh? You will visit Alphanode and Calicia, yes? Then, excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is off to the island of the west coast. You will have to meet a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a little introduction to Seven's the Beast of Tenno's Rookery. When you see Alphanode, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. And if I know Alphanode, he's gonna curse your head off. Okay, let's see. Tenno's Rookery. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you in the Rookery? Here is the letter of introduction. Signed by the Ffxiv, no less. I can provide you with an Amaros to passage to Calicia. I will pick you up over a friendly whelp. Amaro often used to travel? That's right. Mounts are like my great friend over there, a common sight in these parts. More accustomed to chocobos, perchance? They are a few places that they ride little else. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding Amaro, I think it's best for me to accompany you on the flight myself. Okay, any Zun worthy of the name could do it. Of course, but the Ffxiv sent you to me, ensuring that you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me in Amaro's lodge. One of the junior tamers will tend to you while I ready the mounts. Okay. The Amaro launch. Okay. You want to fly to the Auro to Calesia? Oh, I suppose Master General is with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mounts shortly. You can travel to Calesia, speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly you to the island.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
We have arrived at Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Calesia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, the Sin Eaters' attack are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are no more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. You spy the city in the distance. That's Yulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale, and once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Yulmoran elite has fancied themselves the masters of what remains of a broken world. Out there, they have gone so far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one of many who resist their heavy-handed authority. And while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmar is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. I'm glad you understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make your finding your friend a lot easier. Listen closely. I wonder, give me a sec, everybody. I want to check to see, give me a sec. Okay. There you go. If you head south along the coast, you'll find eventually a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens at Calesia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme, and that will let him know that you can be trusted. Yeah, this should be enough. Find your friend, and I'll stay here in Amaro until you return. Alright, you mother fudgers of Yulmore. What do you fish? Crab? I think you got an eel barrel somewhere. You got a taste room. Oh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan. It'll the natural flavor. Now, what can I do for you? Can't you see any major upsets in the reports in the last few weeks? Hrothgar! A cute little Hrothgar. I know one of our young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmore's richer than all of Norvrant put together. But it's a different story for how themselves live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive. Which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make it for Siltude. A village in the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alpha Node joins you. Excuse me, big boy. This is your first time in a tavern. It's customary to buy a drink, if you mean to loiter. What will you be having? I want some mead! Give me that mead! A fine choice. What will you be paying with? Well now, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry dear, but I doubt they have value. I don't doubt they have value. But I don't have a touchstone to test their purity. I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come up with some other arrangement. Now that's an idea. There's a common to the north, where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more than what we have. What do you say? Do a little extermination work? I want you to squash some vermin. And give him an earful for me, sleeping on the job. And he'll be in the old silent defense. Alright, sure. Alright, let's beat the snot out of some bugs. Come over here, you freaking bugs! I knock on a barred door? Yeah, maybe knock louder. Kick the door in. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in to save the date, brave adventurer. No one is home. Judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been here for some time. Odd scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest that rats have taken up residence in their absence. Welcome back, dear. What did he good of it? Nothing a good caretaker has to say for himself. He was no longer there. He must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town outside of Yilmar, you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And anyways, I was thinking you were another dreamer. But never mind that all. Take a seat, whatever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll throw another drink in the house.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Someone that you already know. Yep.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Yep. What's up, Alfie?
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfie, no, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
She seems like a good manager.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Fudge, yeah. Me? I was worried about you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable.
With the Empire, that's not likely.
Poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change.
Yep.
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
Yep.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description,
The catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Black Rose.
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
Yep.
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Orianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin-Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say... And so we take to the road once more.
Okay, everybody, it looks like this is going to be it for today's live stream. I'm hoping that you'll have enjoyed yourselves. Have a good day, everyone.